Have you ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be spot on? Or maybe you've experienced a sudden flash of insight that come out of nowhere? Well, get ready, because today we're diving into the fascinating world of intuition. So first of all, I want to say hi, my lovely soul sisters, and welcome to the hidden power of intuition. I am Naomi, and this is the Diary of Naomi. Intuition, that mysterious sense that we all have, but so few of us truly understand or harness. It's like having a superpower that's been lying dormant within you, just waiting to be awakened. And today we're going to unlock that power together. Now, I know a lot of you might be thinking, isn't intuition just a fancy word for guessing? Well, prepare to have your mind blown, because we're about to explore the science behind intuition. Yes, that's right, there's powerful research backing up the power of your gut feelings. In the next few minutes, we're going to be debunking common myths about intuition, dive into the fascinating neuroscience of those aha moments, and most importantly, I'm going to share practical, actionable exercises that you can start using today to develop and strengthen your intuitive abilities. And why does this matter? Because tapping into your intuition isn't just about predicting your future or making party tricks. It's about making better decisions in every area of your life. And it's about trusting yourself more deeply. It's about accessing a wellspring of wisdom which goes beyond logical thinking. Whether you're a skeptic, a believer, a novice, or someone who has been working with their intuition for years, this video has something for you. We're going to explore intuition from all angles: psychological, physical, and practical. So are you ready to unlock the hidden power of intuition? Are you ready to tap into a source of wisdom that's been with you all along? Let's dive in and discover incredible potential of your intuitive mind. Your journey to a more insightful, aligned decision making starts now. So as usual, this video is broken up into 3 parts, which are understanding intuition, it's more than a gut feeling, dispelling myths and misconceptions, and developing your intuitive abilities. So let's dive into understanding what intuition really is, because it's more than just a vague gut feeling. Intuition is often described as knowing something without knowing how you actually know it. It's that instant sense of what's right or wrong, and that flash of insight that seems to come from nowhere. And I'm sure we've all been there, where we just have this feeling or this thought just come into our head and we don't know where it's come from. But it's like we know, but we don't know how we know it. But here's the thing, it's not magic and it's not random. Intuition is actually your brain processing information at lightning speed, drawing on your vast reservoir of experiences and knowledge. So let's break down some common myths of intuition. Myth 1, intuition is always right. The truth is, while intuition is powerful, it's not infallible. It's a tool, not a crystal ball. Myth 2, intuition is the opposite of logic. The truth is, intuition and logic actually work best together. They're complementary, not contradictory. Myth 3, you're either intuitive or you're not. The truth is, intuition is a skill that can be developed and strengthened, just like a muscle. Now let's talk science. I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to break it down for you in a scientific kind of way. Neuroscientists have found that intuition involves the basal ganglia, a part of our brain which deals with pattern recognition and decision making. When you have an intuitive insight, it's because your brain recognizes a pattern based on past experiences, even if you're not consciously aware of it. It's fascinating, isn't it? But anyway, let me carry on. Here's where it gets interesting. Studies have shown in certain situations, decisions that are made intuitively can be more accurate than those that are made through careful analysis. And I find that to be so true, because say if I'm going to make a decision about something and someone just says, Naomi, pick that one, and I don't pick it, then usually I'm wrong. Say if I've got to make a decision on A or B, and my mind just says A straight away, and I follow it, it's usually right. But then if my mind tells me A straight away, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's B, I choose B, it's usually wrong. If I went with my gut feeling, I would have got it right, but I decided to question my gut feeling, chose the other one, and it's ended up being wrong. For example, a study published in the Journal of Psychological Science found that when making complex decisions, people who trusted their decision were more likely to be happy with their choices in the long run. But intuition isn't just about decision making. It plays a crucial role in creativity, problem solving, and even in our relationships. Have you ever just known when someone is trustworthy or not? That's your intuition at work, picking up on subtle cues that your conscious mind might miss. So why does developing your intuition matter? Because in our fast-paced, information-loaded world, being able to quickly sense what's important and making decisions aligned with our true selves is more valuable than ever. It's about tapping into a deeper wisdom that can guide us towards more fulfilling lives and relationships. So in the next part of this video, we'll discuss practical ways to develop and strengthen your intuition. Before we move on, I want you to take a moment to reflect. Think about a time where you've had a strong intuitive feeling. What did it feel like in your body? How did it guide your actions? Recognizing these moments is your first step to harnessing the power of intuition. So let's move on to part 2, which is dispelling myths and misconceptions. So we laid the groundwork for understanding intuition. So now let's roll up our sleeves and tackle some of the most common myths and misconceptions about intuition. So buckle up, because we're about to bust some serious intuition myths. Myth 1, intuition is mystical or supernatural. Let's be clear, intuition isn't a magical power bestowed upon a chosen few. It's a natural cognitive process that we all possess. Some better than others, but we all possess it. Remember how we talked about the basal ganglia in part 1? That's your brain pattern recognition system at work. Alright, let's talk about some real life examples. Think about experienced firefighters who can sense when a building that's on fire is about to collapse without any visible signs. That's not magic. It's their intuition processing years of experience and subtle environmental cues faster than their conscious mind can. Myth 2, intuition is always right. No, it's not. This is a dangerous misconception. While the intuition is incredibly powerful, it's not fallible. It's a tool in your decision-making toolkit, not the whole toolbox. For example, many successful entrepreneurs talk about following their gut instincts, but they don't rely on their intuition alone. They combine it with market research, financial analysis, and strategic planning. It's about balance, not blind trust. Myth 3, intuition is the opposite of logical thinking. Intuition and logic are not enemies. They are dance partners. The most effective decision making often involves a blend of both. Myth 4, you can't improve your intuition. This couldn't be further from the truth. Like any skill, intuition can be developed and strengthened with practice. Real life example, professional poker players often talk about strengthening their poker intuition over time. They learn to read subtle cues and make split-second decisions based on accumulated experience. Myth number 5, intuition is just about gut feelings. While gut feelings is part of intuition, it's so much more than that. Intuition can manifest as physical sensations, emotions, or vivid mental images. So here's why busting these myths matter. Doubts and misconceptions can hold you back from tapping into your intuitive wisdom. Understanding what intuition really is, a natural, trainable ability based on pattern recognition and rapid information processing, you can start to trust and develop. Remember, your intuition is a valuable inner resource. It's not about replacing logical thinking, but about complementing it. It's about accessing deeper levels of knowledge that can guide you towards more aligned decisions and a more fulfilling life. So, in the next part of this video, we're going to be exploring practical ways to develop and strengthen your intuition. But for now, I want to reflect on these myths. Have any of them been holding you back from trusting your intuition? And how might your life change if you start to value and cultivate your intuitive abilities? So now let's move on to part 3, which is developing your intuitive abilities. So we've explored what your intuition is and busted some common myths. So now it's time for the exciting part, developing your intuitive abilities. So let's dive into some practical exercises and techniques that will help you tap into and strengthen your intuition. So exercise 1, which is body scan. Your body often knows before your mind does. So this exercise helps you to tune into your body's intuitive signals. So firstly, find a space and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Slowly scan your body from head to toe. Notice any sensations, tension, warmth or tingles. When you think of a decision or situation, observe how your body responds. Practice this regularly and you'll start to recognise your body's unique intuitive signals. So exercise number 2, the first thought game. This game helps you bypass your analytical mind and access your intuitive sights. So firstly, ask yourself a question. Next, notice the very first thought or image that pops up in your mind. Don't judge or analyse, just observe. Write it down even if it seems nonsensical. Over time, you'll start to trust these first impressions more. Exercise number 3, intuitive journaling. This practice helps you to distinguish between intuition, fear and wishful thinking. Firstly, write down a question or situation that you're facing. Secondly, write 3 responses. My intuition says, my fear says ... my wishful thinking says, and then carry on that sentence. With practice, you'll learn to recognise your true intuitive voice. Exercise 4, mindfulness meditation. Meditation helps to clear mental clutter and make room for intuitive insights. So firstly, sit quietly and focus on your breath. When thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment and return to your breath. Number 3, practice this for 5 to 10 minutes daily. This trains your mind to be present and receptive to intuitive signals. Exercise 3, trust and verify. This exercise helps you to build confidence in your intuition. When you have an intuitive hunch, write it down. Number 2, act on it if it's safe to do so. Number 3, reflect on the outcome. Was your intuition accurate? Number 4, keep a log of your intuitive hits and misses. Over time, you'll see patterns and this will help you to build trust in your intuition. Now let's talk about how to leverage your intuition in decision making. Number 1, create space. Before making important decisions, take time to quiet your mind. Number 2, ask clear questions. Be clear about what guidance you're seeking. Number 3, listen holistically. Pay attention to thoughts, feelings and physical sensations. Number 4, balance with logic. Use intuition alongside analytical thinking for best results. Number 5, practice regularly. The more you use your intuition, the more stronger it becomes. Remember, developing your intuition is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself and celebrate the small wins along the way. And here's a powerful truth: your intuition is always speaking to you. The key is learning to listen and trust. It's about tuning into your inner wisdom that's uniquely yours. And I want to tell you a little story. Back in 2009, this is a crazy story. Back in 2009, I was engaged, and at the time, me and my partner were going through like a little rocky stage. And I remember one day, I think we must have had an argument, and I was staying at his mum's house because me and his mum really got on well. But I remember we were still on talking terms, and he was like an artist, so he used to go to like the recording studio really often, and I used to always go with him. So on these Sundays, he's like, oh, he's telling me to go back to Birmingham because we lived in London together. So he's like, go to Birmingham because, you know, go and spend some time with your family. I'm like, I'm okay, I don't need to, I'm fine. He's like, and he was keep on telling me to go to Birmingham. I was like, I don't want to go to Birmingham. So long story short, I remember him calling me going, oh, I'm going to the studio this evening, but I'm going to this studio. And I'm like, I've never heard of that studio. I always knew the studio that he would go to, but this studio was a different studio that I'd never heard about. So I was like, okay, cool. And then somebody said to me, no, he's not going to the studio. Somebody just told me he's not. This is a lie. So I remember going into the shower and I was doing my hair, blow drying out my hair, and something says to me, Naomi, get in your car and drive. I don't know where I was driving to, but I put on my clothes, I went downstairs, and his mum goes, where are you going? I thought you were like chilling for the rest of the day. I was like, I was, but I've got to just go somewhere. And the thing is, I'm confused, but my gut is telling me just to get in my car and drive because something fishy is going on. So I followed, like I said, I followed my intuition. I went through with it, tried to phone him, And he's saying, I'm asking him where he is, and he's trying to throw me off by going, no, you're paranoid, what's wrong with you, you're just being silly, go back home. And I'm like, where are you? I'm coming to see you, stop being silly, just go home. I didn't listen to him. So something says to me, go to the apartment where we were staying, because I hadn't been there for I was staying at his mum's for a couple of days, so I hadn't been there. So I went there, but for some reason I didn't have a key. So where the apartment that we were staying, it had like a buzzer system. So I thought, let me go to the house and ring the buzzer and see if he's there. He didn't answer, but something told me he was there. Remember, he's told me he's going to the studio, but I'm not listening, and I'm saying no. Somebody's just told me to go to the apartment. So I've gone there, rang the buzzer, no one's answering. So I'm thinking that maybe I am just being a bit stupid. Like, this hunch, this gut feeling came to me, and maybe it's just wrong. Maybe it wasn't a gut feeling, maybe it's all in my head. So I went into my car and I went to drive off. But in England, when you have a kitchen, you have like a vent that comes out to the outside, and like any kind of steam. So if you put on the kitchen tap and it's hot, the steam will come out of the property in through this pipe, and you can see it from the outside. So as I'm driving off, I look up and I see this steam coming out. So I'm thinking, someone's in there, someone's running the tap. So I stop my car, get out, ring the buzzer, but I'm ringing it loads. So, because obviously if someone's in there, they're going to get fed up with that noise. So I see him coming down the stairs with his hands in his pocket, you know, slouched over. So I knew there was something wrong. He comes to me and says, she's only a friend. Hold on a minute, what? What did I just hear? She's only a friend? He had a girl upstairs. So I went upstairs with him, and there's a girl. Her night bag, so she was staying over, on the wall, on the hook. Bottles of wine, food. She's got on his sweater that I used to wear, all curled up on the sofa. So that was my gut feeling told me to go there, and I wasn't going to go, but someone just said, Naomi, get up and go. And I followed it through, and it was right. There was something wrong. He was about to cheat. Well, he did cheat. Whatever you believe cheating is. Obviously, it depends on what you believe cheating is, but for me, even if nothing happened, because obviously I caught him in the act, but you've been speaking, you've been doing whatever, so that was cheating in my eyes. She was sitting there, you was getting ready to have the night of your life. It looks like it. So that was me following my gut instincts. That is a story that I had to tell you. So as we wrap up, I encourage you to start with at least one of these exercises. Commit to practicing it daily for a week. Notice how it feels, what insights arise, and how it impacts your decision making. Your intuition is a powerful tool waiting to be harnessed. By cultivating your inner guidance system, you're opening up yourself to a world of deeper understanding, more aligned choices, and a more fulfilling life. Remember, your intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So start flexing those intuitive muscles today. So we've been on quite a journey today. So let's take a moment to recap on what we've discovered about the hidden power of intuition. We've learned that intuition isn't some mystical power, but a natural cognitive ability that we all possess. It's our brain's way of processing information rapidly, drawing on our vast reservoir of experiences and knowledge. We've blasted myths and misconceptions, understanding that intuition isn't infallible, but it is improvable. It's not the opposite to logic, but a powerful complement to analytical thinking. And most importantly, we've explored practical exercises to develop and strengthen our intuitive abilities, from body scans to intuitive journaling. So now we have the tools to tune into our inner wisdom. Remember, your intuition is always speaking to you, always. The key is to listen and trust. By developing your intuitive abilities, you're opening yourself up to a world of deeper understanding, more aligned choices, and a more fulfilling life. Imagine navigating life challenges with more confidence, making decisions that resonate with your true self, and feeling more connected to your inner wisdom. That's the power of developed intuition. And the thing is, our journey doesn't end here. It's actually just beginning. Like I said before, your intuition is just like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and thank you for the continuous support. Don't forget to like, share and comment on this video, and don't forget to share this video with every like-minded lady in your life. And most importantly, don't forget to love thyself. Mwah.